Hello and welcome to Falcon TV. Today is Tuesday, March 31st, 2020. I'm Mr. Lockwood along with the rest of the FTV crew. Today in women's history, we look at painter Frida Kahlo, who said at the end of the day, we can endure much more than we think we can. Good words in these troubling times. But in these troubling times, there are still good doers, opportunities to be mindful of, and why staying safe is key. We now head over to Rachel Stuber with these reports.
Thank you, Mr. Lockwood. First up, we look at those giving back. Peter Darmo, 62, handed out a total of $10,000 because he felt sick to his stomach after seeing the lines of people with no means to put some bread on the table for their family. A businessman who immigrated from Greece as a child urged other people of wealth to donate to workers in industries that have been crippled by the coronavirus pandemic. He came here as a 6-year-old from a village in Greece and said the country has been good to me. He added people of means can hand out some cash to each person in need so they can put some food on the table for their families. Staying well during home time learning isn't just about staying safe but also fit, physically and mentally. Up in New Haven, there's a free opportunity for mental fitness. In an effort to help the public find joy in the midst of the coronavirus pandemic, Yale is making one of the most popular classes available for free online. In just the past month, more than 600,000 people in an increasingly homebound world have signed up for Yale's The Science of Well-Being, a course originally taught on campus by psychology professor Laurie Santos. The course highlights research that reveals misconceptions about what makes us happy and the concrete steps we can take to live a more fulfilling life. Santos said she thinks that people are focused on evidence-based ways for staying physically healthy during the crisis or are looking at evidence-based ways of improving their mental health.
You get a chance to watch these short lectures on the science of happiness, but also to think about how to develop these practices in your own life. That's why we've developed, through the Center for Teaching and Learning, a very cool new app known as the ReWhy app. It allows you to track all of these practices that science has told us can increase happiness in your life. Things like savoring more and gratitude and sleeping and exercise. As you watch the lectures, we encourage you to use the app to try to track these practices in your own life. I hope it'll make a difference both in terms of teaching you about the science of happiness, but also giving you the tools you need to apply those practices in your daily life.
The course description states, in the course you will engage in a series of challenges designed to increase your own happiness and build more productive habits. So if you are looking to boost mental health, this opportunity is a great option. Sometimes a break from all the work, browsing YouTube cat videos, or playing the occasional video game can be a stress release. But in these times when we are all at home, Microsoft alone has seen a 775% increase to demand for its iCloud services, including Xbox Live, in the midst of the COVID-19 pandemic. The company was seeing increases across all areas of the clouding business as people work and play at home. Constantly, the firm is experiencing heavy support volume at the moment, so wait times may be longer than usual if there is slow times or issues, but they are committed to helping their customers. Events canceled, businesses closed, social distancing talks of quarantining states, it all seems somewhat extreme and perhaps a little surreal. But what makes this virus scary is not so much getting it, but after effects from having it. Already more than 86,000 people worldwide have now recovered from COVID-19. In those cases, the infection manifested itself in mild to moderate form, or because these patients received excellent medical care. But there is still little information about how these people are doing after the infection has ran its course. Relief is often mixed and apprehension. For instance, with regard to the many people who have not been infected yet, and the question is, their complete recovery from this? Researchers have said that recovered coronavirus patients can be left with damaged lungs. In some patients, lung function can be declined by about 20 to 30% after recovery. Further investigations of the recovery COVID-19 patients must now be conducted to show whether they have developed pulmonary fibrosis or scarring in the lungs over time. The scar tissue can destroy the normal lungs and make it hard for oxygen to get into the blood. Lung fibrosis cannot be cured because the scar changes in the lung tissue do not regress, but the progression of pulmonary fibrosis can be delayed and sometimes even stopped if affected in time. That's what makes the virus so scary and so important that everyone stay safe. Another sobering report is a decision health facilities are now facing. Hospitals across the country face shortages of personal protective equipment due to the surges of coronavirus patients. Healthcare professionals are reportedly privately discussing the possibility of a blanket do not rescutate policy or no DNR for infected patients to mitigate the risk of those who are responding to code blue. Doctors swear an oath to do everything they can to save patients' lives, but as COVID-19 cases surge, shortages in necessary personal protective equipment are forcing medical professionals into ethical quandaries. We are now facing some difficult choices in how we apply medical resources, including staff, said the president of the Society of Critical Care Medicine, sobering facts that only emphasize the importance of well-being and allowing medical personnel to get their supplies they need. Safety and health are the priority on all levels for everyone.
So for myself and the rest of the FTV crew, make sure that you keep on social distancing, wash your hands, and have a great day!
Thank you, Rachel, and I see you washed your hands. Very smart. Well, that's all we have for today. So for myself and everyone at Falcon TV, be well and be well informed.